This is outside the Tipu Palace. I'm not sure about getting in yet. Apparently you have to scan and pay, and we obviously can't pay. So we're dependent on other people once again. But the flagstones and the sidewalk don't look very safe. Just watch where you're going. So this is Tipu Sultan's palace. It has been quite the challenge to get in. Being foreigners in India is not very easy. They're very suspicious of foreigners, probably because they're surrounded by countries that aren't always very friendly, and so they check everybody, and whether we're friendly or not, we just get caught up in that. But they have a nice, just a lawned garden. Oh, and they do have a flag. We have noticed that they don't fly the Indian flag as much as we fly the US flag. This gentleman following us was offering us a tour of this in a temple. There's a temple next door. We're really not interested in seeing another temple. Okay, I'm so afraid I'm going to butcher this name, but the palace was started by Nawab Hyder Ali Khan in 1781 and completed by Tipu Sultan in 1791, so only 10 years. And I'm sure they built it all by hand, so it seems really speedy. Some nice stairs upstairs, and just quite ornate. Ooh. I just realised I had you running as I came up the stairs. I hope I got everything downstairs and didn't fail because I hit it on instead of off, or off instead of on. But there's a lot of historical significance to this, obviously. And somebody's defaced it. You can't really see these pictures behind here anymore, but I mean, it does look like there were... Oh, maybe you can see a little more through here than I can in person. There was obviously a picture here at one point. And I'm thinking that's true in all these little nooks and crannies.
I'm assuming this is where all the little temples are.
Oh, it's a shame that people have defaced it. I keep hoping to see a little picture. Tim is thinking that maybe they had little icons there rather than pictures in them. So we're on the second floor, and there's really not much else to look at. So I think probably the rooms were part of the bit that's closed off and says no admission. These are lovely columns, but you generally think of a palace as somewhere to live, and clearly there's nothing to live. No rooms here, it's just a walkway. I'll go to the other end and then turn around and show you. That's where I've just walked. It's just a hallway. There are doors here. that we cannot enter, so I'm assuming that that's where the rest of the living quarters would have been. Maybe Joyce will be able to give me some more insight. And it's very symmetrical. So maybe it was Muslim, because I think they tend to build symmetrical things. I'm not sure. I'm on this balcony right now. I'm going to back up. Okay, so I'm on this balcony here. I was looking from the other balcony earlier, and there's one central little one, but these two just match, so it's very symmetrical. And same again at the front. So that was the back, or as opposed to, I'm saying back as in not the way we came in, but that we came in at those steps over there. You can't see those steps. I'm trying to get out of the way because some people across the other side were trying to film, but there are steps that we came up, and they are right there. And then on this side is a matching set of steps. So it's symmetrical front to back, side to side. And here are more closed doors. I'll ask Joyce if she has any good idea. So given that we think it's a summer palace, we've redirected our thoughts some, or everybody else redirected mine. This looks like a pool out here, right here. It's empty now, but it's just a square block. And Tim had suggested that probably downstairs they just had couches, just places to lay and hang out here. And maybe these little rooms at the end that we just walked through because everything is open. But you see that there are doors here. They're open doors. That likely this would have been like a sleeping area because it could be closed off. And it's so much stone here. It's all very cool. So I can see, yeah. Okay, so I've rethought. This, I mean, it just would be a nice place to be, but probably not in the winter. Well, although we're saying that, but it's winter today. It's mid-December. And it's very comfortable here. So these little cubby holes all around, and there are lots of them. Would have been a good place for lanterns and candles, whatever they had for lighting. Because clearly we're lacking electric. Well, no, we're still walking around making up our thoughts about how this might have worked. So maybe indeed there were couches out here, but we do see that there are doors. And the end one, I was thinking that this just goes through to the front, but let's go take a peek and see. Again, more places for lamps. Yeah, so all we can see through there is on the way to the front. So I've got the light behind, so it's hard to. Seems to be some cleaning going on back here. I wasn't allowed to film inside the tiny little museum, but apparently Sultan Tipu Sultan, I'm not sure which is the correct way to say that, was a tech guru and had some rockets. His military people were skilled in aiming the rockets so that they'd reach the right distance. We could see a couple of them. One looked like steel on it, the other bamboo, with just the rocket heads attached. That was really interesting. Well, surprise. I don't know why it's a surprise because everything was symmetrical, but I think this is what's through the other side of the doors. It's just another part with columns. Actually, there aren't as many columns on the sides, but there are the two balconies. I hope you can see this. The sun is kind of blocking my view. And the center balcony. Maybe all that's on the other side of those doors are these balconies. So I bet around the other side of the building there's another matching one. So no souvenir shop at the palace, but right outside you can buy trinkets or some fruit. The street vendors are set up and actually walking around and offering to sell you things. Coconuts down the road.